Welcome back to this another episode. What did we do last time? We put all the electrics back on, but the next thing I was going to do was the headlight. Join some of those connectors up, and that's basically it. And we'll just progress with some more. We'll see how we go. Not going to recap and go over all that stuff again. So might as well just start getting into it now. I'm a bit scruffy. I've been on holidays for the last 2 weeks doing bits and pieces around the house, so I'm limited on getting onto this bike. But one thing I haven't done is shave, which, let's not stay in, it'll come off. Don't like it, makes you look older. I like that clean baby skin bum face. Hardly. All right, let's go and see what we can do. Okay, simple. Back of the light. They've got rubber holes in them down the bottom. This one. They go down the bottom. They face. So when the water supposedly gets in there, it drains out. And obviously goes onto these 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one of them has got a small little bushing in there. So we'll just go and put these lights on, this light on now. So it's not the best picture, but they just go into the E-simple, into the holes. Make sure bushings are right. And there's a couple of washers go on those, and then the screws, and then they've got 2 of these. So they sit up on these bolts here because you use those for the wiring. So we'll just connect all of that now. Simple, lights on, that bolt's on. These ones are loose because I'll need to do the wiring, and then that's it. Okay, so with the light on, I could be not bloody videoing how to put wiring on here, but on the back of the Speedo, fits in there. This wire comes round behind. That's the fuse box. It sits on the side of the fairing here. Indicators, and then into the light. The other side's the same, and you thread this one here, this light here. Oh, sorry, this just connects to a Parker, which is more Euro and American. We don't use it. We don't have a connection for it, but it's just to turn your Parkers on. This here, it gets threaded through. Can't see in there. It gets threaded through in between the light hole down in there, comes out, and that is an air pressure sensor which gets connected onto this one here. So it just threads through there into there, and then these will just connect up to the pretty much. So we'll go and connect those and see what happens. Okay, so I'll show you what those, sorry, I ended up putting these, can you see it? So those clamps, they just hold the cord coming from the right hand control and just connect to that. So now what we'll do is we'll put on the levers. So one on, but they're supposed to have, they shouldn't be like that. They have a covering over that, so I'll have to do that later on. So now we'll just go and do the right hand side. Okay, excuse me. So that handle's on. I've cleaned these out. We'll redo those later on, obviously. Alright. Yeah, that's done. Alright, now we'll figure out the next thing that we're going to do. It could even be the airbox, I think. Alright, so now we'll put on the airbox. Tip, put the vacuum on first and leave the hose. So when you get it on, it's just easier to slip the hose on like this. It's too much with your hands in there and not enough room, and it just sits like that. Easy. So that gets tucked in underneath there. Make sure you got the rubber rings on the throttle bodies. Comes underneath. And it sits in there, and that gets, don't forget that you've got the, it's buggerising around. They all flow oil. I can't even do it on. All good. The oil return hose comes on. As it just slips on like that. On the other side, and this slips underneath there. You can put this. It won't reach. Don't know why it's not going to reach. Give me a bit of slack. Still not going to reach. Wonder why. Now, let's have a look. It just wasn't, the hose was caught around. Great. Be careful when you do this because you drop bolts. God. That's why when you drop bolts, you should always have a magnet. No way I'd get that out with my fingers. Okay. Stage 2. Fuck me. Okay, I'll put in the trumpets. Loosely in there. Remembering that it's not too bad. The engine's open at the moment, but only if you pull the throttle. And then don't forget, do the little tabs. I don't know if you can see those tabs. Alright, do the last one. So these have got little, they screw in and then they've got these little tabs here. You just bend them over. Those tabs, just bend them out. all three done, all tightened up, good to go. K&N filter, that's already been cleaned and oiled. Put that on, screw this one down, and then put the tops on, bolt it down. So technically, this, with the electrics and all that, should actually, there's no way it's going to start because there's no petrol tank, but I can still check because all the wiring is connected. It's not going to start. It's still going to come up with some error codes because it's not going to have the fuel pump, the tip over sense. They're not going to be connected. So we'll just connect this battery and I can test at least the electrics in there. And this battery's not the best either. Okay, so I haven't tested this yet, but if I turn the key, it should. So what have we got? 53. Check. Well, that's going to be a check. Don't know if the lights are high beam. So, alright. Oops. Looks like one of the bulbs have gone. Gears? Oh, can't do the gears. Right. No, that's all. Well, that's a good start. So after getting the electrics done, I've got the light going. Both sets. It's a bit yellowy, but bulbs might be. That's right. It was all it was a fuse missing. So that, yeah, this battery's a bit knackered. Yeah. Oh well. And we got the airbox on. Alright, that will do for now. So it's coming along. I have to swap those bulbs out, I think. Yeah. That hasn't been charged up for a while, so it's probably dead now. I have to get a new battery. That's alright. Good to go. Well, that was a real quick one, so at least I don't have a problem at this stage with the electrics, but it hasn't started yet, so the electrics it's just telling me everything's connected right. That was just a quick one. Alright, that'll do for now. I'll do some more later on. Alright, thanks.